Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have Quicksilver and Justice versus Expert Claw. So pull up a chair and let's see how this goes. Yes, this is Quicksilver and Justice today against Claw on Expert. And I know I've already done a game against Claw before on Expert a couple days ago, maybe yesterday or whatever. But the reason why I'm playing Claw again is because frankly, I was too lazy to take the standard and expert cards out of his deck and put them in another deck. And I did want to play Quicksilver and Justice and show a video of that. So that's what we're going to do. And here's my starting hand. I'm going to keep these two double resources. I think I will keep the Reinforced Sinew. That's going to help me with my damage. But I'm going to go ahead and discard the rest of these to see if I can't dig for a little bit for my friction resistance. I mean, I probably should get rid of this, but I'd like to have that +1 attack. So we'll draw back up 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there we go. Man, I'd like to have friction resistance, but I want to keep Daredevil too. I think I'm going to keep Daredevil. I'm going to discard Heroic Intuition and Counterintelligence using his alter ego ability. Let's see what we get. 1, 2. All right, double time and always be running. Okay, I'm going to put in Daredevil with my 2 with energy and strength. So that's going to come. He's going to come in with 3, and I'm going to have him thwart for 2 off of this scheme here. It's going to drop it to 1, and I'm going to deal the 1 damage to the weapons runner. And then I'm going to flip the Quicksilver, and let's move Daredevil a little bit. And I'm gonna use double time with always be running and Reinforce Sinew. I kept it to put it in, but I'm gonna end up not putting it in because I want to use double time. And I'm gonna remove 2 threat from a scheme. I'm gonna do that twice. So basically 4 threat from Immortal Claw. Go ahead and get that out of the game, and that's gonna drop him from 28 down to 18. And then so that's gonna take care of that card. Then I'm gonna thwart for 1 off of the defense network to remove that. Ready him using his ability. I'm going to go ahead and use my token to remind me that I've used it, even though I know the turn's almost over. And then I'm going to attack for 1 to get rid of this weapons runner. And we're good. We cleared the board of everything. I have somebody that can block for me, although I probably won't use them to block because I want to use them again. But I'm going to ready and draw to 5. Okay, so start of the main villain phase. 1 threat here. I'm going to have Quicksilver take it. He's going to defend. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 damage just off the bat. 9 down to 4. That's not good. I'll ready him. And if I get another card that lets him attack, Daredevil's going to have to take it. It's going to be Melter. Nope, we're good. It's Melter, so he'll come in with 5 hit points, and we are back to Quicksilver. Okay, and on the Quicksilver side, I'm going to put in Under Surveillance into the game with Quake. Well, no, with Agent Coulson, and I guess clear the area because I'm going to be flipping this turn. I'm going to have Daredevil attack for 2, actually, to drop Melter down to 3. And then Quicksilver is going to thwart for 1. Then I'll have him ready, and I think I'm actually going to have him flip and heal for 3 to get him back up to 7. And we got 10 over here. Hopefully that's going to be enough where it won't go off. And I'm going to hold on to Quake and Hyper Perception. Maybe I can get them into the game next time or something else, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to ready them and draw to 6. Okay, so start of the main villain phase. 1 threat here. He'll scheme for 2. Just for 2, that's going to bring it up to 3 out of 10. And then Melter is going to scheme for 1, bringing it up to 4 out of 10. And the card is Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control don't have one, so it's going to surge into Illegal Arms Factory. So now I've got to deal with that. That's going to come in with 4 threat, and we are back to the alter ego for Quicksilver. Okay, I'm not going to use his ability to discard cards because I'm going to use what I have, and I'm not going to heal him. He's at 7. I would like to heal him, but I'm going to need his. I'm going to need his stats here, I think. So I'm going to flip to Quicksilver, and they're going to play Stealth Strike with the Power Justice for 2 and Adrenaline Rush for 3. Hit Melter here for 4 damage, which will knock him out of the game. And because he's defeated, I can remove 2 threat from his scheme, and I'm going to remove it from the Legal Arms Factory to move it down to 2. They're going to have Daredevil Thwart for 2 to get rid of this scheme. And even though he's at 1, I'm pretty sure he still gets to use his ability to deal 1 damage to an enemy. So I'm going to use that on Klaw to drop him to 17. I'm pretty sure that's right, how that works. And so, because I think consequential damage is usually the last thing, but he does leave the game. I'm going to put Quake in with the Power of Justice. And she's going to come in with 2. And I'm going to just have her thwart for 1. And then I'm going to have Quicksilver thwart for 1. Ready him. And 1 more for another 2. To drop this down to 1. And then we will ready. I have a blocker. We'll ready and draw to 5. Okay, so the start of the main villain phase. It goes up to 2 threat. Quake's going to take the attack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm glad she was there to do that. And the encounter card will be advanced. So it's going to be 2, nothing. So both advances are out of the game. He just puts 2 on here to bring it up to 4. And that's good news because now I know both advances are in the discard pile. Got plenty of cards left. I can freely move back to Quicksilver if I need to, and I probably will. But we are back to Quicksilver. All right, and I'm going to put Scarlet Witch in to play with Counterintelligence, Concussive Blow, and Clear the Area, I think. I want to get this Hyper Perception to help him with thwarting if he needs it. But so that's what I'm going to do. And Scarlet Witch will thwart for 1, 2, 3. So she's going to take off 3 of that. That's good. And then Quicksilver will thwart for 1. And then I'm going to have him ready. Flip. Go ahead and heal him back the rest of the way up to 9. And I don't have 2 cards to discard, so I can't use his ability. But I want to keep Hyper Perception anyway. And I'm going to ready and draw to 6. All right, so start of the main villain phase. 1 threat here. He's going to scheme for 2, 3. So that's going to go back up to 4 out of 10. And the encounter card will be Weapons Runner. He comes in with 2, and he will surge. Let me give him his hit points. He'll surge into an Armored Guard. So there we go. We finally see some Armored Guards, but the scheme didn't advance. We'll take care of them. That's not a problem. Not worried about it, as I've said before. And we are back to the alter ego for Quicksilver. All right, I really want to be able to take advantage of Scarlet Witch being in the game, and even though I really don't have 2 cards here that I want to get rid of, I am going to discard 2 so that I can draw 3. I'm going to discard Concussive Blow and, yes, Hyper Perception because I've been able to do pretty good keeping the threat under control. So because she's in the game, I discard 2, but I get to draw 3 because of her. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. And now I'm going to put in Friction Resistance with Genius and Accelerated Reflexes, I think. Accelerated Reflex. So that's going to be in the game. I'm going to use that resource to put Endurance in. So that's going to bring him up to 12 hit points. And that's, I wanted to get that in because now that's going to give him more hit points. And I will have a blocker still. All right. I'm going to flip to Quicksilver. And let's see. I'm going to have him attack for 1 on the Weapons Runner. And then I'll ready him. Then attack again for 1 to get rid of this Weapons Runner. And then I'm going to always be running to ready him and attack again to not remove the tough off this Armored Guard. And then let's see. I could run again, but I don't have enough. damage to take him out by just doing the always be running. So I'm gonna do double time. One resource from friction resistance, and then this other one from always be running. And I'm gonna deal 2 damage to the armored guard, and then deal 2 damage to him again to get that out of the way. And Scarlet Witch is gonna thwart for 1, 2, to drop this down back down to 2 out of 10, and that's gonna be it. We're gonna ready and draw to 5. Okay, so start the main villain phase. We're going to go up to 3 here on the scheme. Scarlet Witch is going to take it for 1. Discard 1 card at random. And if this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero, it won't. So she's out of the game, and I've got a discard card at random. So let's see what happens. I do have Nick Fury, although I was looking at my cards, and I don't think I was going to play him anyway next turn. So if he leaves the game, it just make my decision easier, I guess. And we lose maximum velocity. I have another copy of that in my hand, so that's not going to hurt too bad, I don't think. All right, that was the attack. Scarlet Witch is gone. The encounter is an armored guard, so he will come in with tough and 3 hit points, and we are back to Quicksilver. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in maximum velocity with friction resistance for 1 and skilled investigator for 2. I'm going to hit the armored guard, but all that's going to do is remove the tough. But then I'm going to ready him and hit him again for 3, and that's going to get him out of the game. So goodbye to him, and hopefully I can start doing some more damage to Klaw. We'll see, because I can't ready him anymore or do anything else. I'm going to use the physical resource on Speed Cyclone to stun Klaw. Mainly because I'm going to have to deal with 2 encounter cards, because that's all I can do. I'm going to ready Quicksilver, draw to 5, 2, 3, 4, and so I'm going to have to deal myself an encounter card. I'll shuffle my deck, draw my 5th card, and then we'll go to the villain phase. All right, start the villain phase. We'll go up to 4 out of 10. He doesn't attack because he's stunned. I've got to deal with 2 encounter cards. The first one is Master Plan, so I've got to discard cards until we get a side scheme, and I think there may be, actually I don't think there are any more in here. So this is probably going to run the deck out. Let's see. Yep, it does run the deck out. Unfortunately, that puts an acceleration token on here. And then let me reshuffle the encounter deck. All right, so I've reshuffled the deck, and then the second encounter card is Whirlwind. So he'll come in with 6. And we are back to Quicksilver. And and this maximum velocity goes away. I think actually technically, okay, this maximum velocity is an event. And the reason why I leave it into play is to remind myself that I get +2 defense on the villain turn, and then I discard it. But it is an event. It should have technically been discarded at the end of my last turn. So it should be shuffled. You know, I should have been discarding when I used it. So this should have been shuffled back into my deck. So let me shuffle this back into my deck real quick. Okay, and so that's been done. Now I'm going to put Nick Fury into play with 1 from friction resistance, 2, 3, 4. When he comes in, I'm going to use his 4 damage to drop Whirlwind down to 2. And then I'm going to attack for 2 with him to get Whirlwind out of the game. And he'll be down to 2 hit points. And then I'm going to thwart for 1 off the main scheme, ready him with his regular ability, thwart for another one to drop it down to 2, and then always be running to ready him and thwart for another one to drop it down to 1 on the main scheme. Still only got 17. He still has 17 hit points left, but eventually I'll be able to get him. I'm going to ready and draw to 5. All right, so we put 2 on the main scheme, so it's going to go from 1 up to 3. And Nick's going to take the attack. It's 1, 2, 3. And if you deal damage to you, exhaust your hero, but it won't. So he's gone. And then the encounter card. Let's take the token off because I haven't readied him in the villain phase. The encounter card is Weapons Runner, which will surge into sound manipulation. Take 2 damage, Claw heals 2 damage. Could be worse. Drops him down to 2, and Claw heals back up to his max of 18, just 1 damage. So that was good timing for that one, and we are back to Quicksilver. All right, so now that we're back to Quicksilver, I'm going to put in his Reinforced Sinew with Friction Resistance for 1, Skilled Investigator for 2, and then I'm going to attack for 2 to get rid of the Weapons Runner. And then I'll ready him with his ability. And then I'm going to put in Maximum Velocity with Friction Resistance for 1 and Concussive Blow for 2. And then I've got 3 over here. It's going to go up to 5 out of 10, but I want to start putting damage on him. So I'm going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to drop him from 18 down to 14. All right. And that's going to be it, because I have no way to put Always Be Running in play, but I'll hold on to it. Maybe I can use it next time. I'll ready and draw to 5. Okay, so start of the main villain phase. We put 2 on here, so it's going to go from 3 up to 5. He's going to be attacked, but I have a defense of 3 right now, so I'm not real worried about it. We'll see what happens, though. 1, 2, and there's an advance. That's good to see. So I don't take any damage. I'll ready him. And this encounter card is Sonic Converter. So I've got to put it into play, and after Claw attacks and damages a character, stun that character. I can spend mental, physical, and energy, mental, and physical resource to get rid of it. All right, back to Quicksilver. All right, I do want to get rid of that Sonic Converter because I don't want to take a chance of him ever stunning me. So I'm going to use Friction Resistance for the physical, one of the Always Be Running for energy, and Serval Industries for the mental to go ahead and get that out of the game. And that comes off. And I'm gonna thwart for 1 to drop this down to 4. Okay, and then I'm gonna ready Quicksilver with his ability. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and thwart again for 1 to drop it down to 3. And then Always Be Running, which will ready Quicksilver. And then I'm going to play Stealth Strike with Strength for 2, Friction Resistance for 3 to put 4 damage on him, to drop him from 14 to 10. All right, that'll go out of the game, and then I'll just go ahead and thwart for 1 more to drop this down to 2 out of 10. And I think that's all we can do. Let's see, this will go up to 5. And I've got 10 hit points. I'll just stay as a Quicksilver for 1 more turn, and we will draw up to 5. Okay, so start of the main villain phase. This goes from 2 up to 4. He's going to attack. I'm going to defend, but I only have 1 defense this time. He attacks with 1. He's going to come into play. Oh, so just 1. I don't take any damage from that attack, but I do take... I don't take any damage from Claw's attack, so I'm going to ready him. But now the Weapons Runner will attack because he came in during Claw's attack. I'll just take that 1 damage down to 9. Because if he attacks again, I'm going to defend again probably. And let's see, the encounter card is going to be Shadow of the Past. And there's nothing I can do to get rid of that. So let me grab his cards. Avalanche comes into play. And the side scheme does, and they both put insight. This has insight 1, this has insight 2, so he puts 3 on here, and that's going to bring it up to 7 out of 10 on the scheme. And then also, when revealed, each player must choose to either take 2 indirect damage or exhaust their identity. I don't really want to exhaust my identity now. I've got to get rid of these guys. I'll just take the 2 damage. I'm at okay health, and I'm about to put it in Mockingbird, I think. So let me shuffle these into the deck, and then we'll move to Quicksilver. Okay, so back to Quicksilver, and I do want to put Mockingbird into play, and I'm going to do that with 1 from Friction Resistance and 2, 3 from Genius. She'll come in and stun Claw. She'll come in with 3 health. And I think I'm going to use, oh, by the way, extortion of seismic proportion, has 2 threat on it per player. It's got the crisis icon. I'm going to have Mockingbird thwart that for 1. And then I'm going to have Quicksilver thwart for 1 to remove this from the game, to get that side scheme out of the game. And then I'm going to ready him using his ability. And I'm going to put in Quake for 1. Adrenaline Rush is 2. And I'll put her in over here. She comes in with 2 hit points. And she's going to attack for 2 to get rid of the weapons runner. So he's gone. And then I will thwart for 1 off the main scheme to get it down to 6. And unfortunately, I think that's all I can do. I don't have anything to pay for this always be running. So I'm going to have Avalanche stay in. But, you know, he does have, he will attack, but Quicksilver can defend that, so I can save them up for something else. So I'm going to ready everybody and draw up to 5. Okay, start of the main villain phase. We go up from 6 to 8, actually, out of 10. All right, Klaw is stunned, so he won't attack. Avalanche will attack for 2, but I'll have Quicksilver defend that. He'll defend with 1, so he takes the damage down to 6. Pop him right back up, though. And then the encounter card is Exhaustion, which will exhaust Quicksilver. You take that off because he's exhausted, and it surges into Master Plan. So we don't have a side scheme. I got to discard cards until I get a side scheme. And I know there's one in here. There's a couple. We'll get to them, but I did see an advance. So as in my other games, he's getting close to going through his deck twice with Quicksilver. That seems to always happen. And where are they? They must be at the bottom of the deck. Or maybe we've already seen them. Nope, there's one. Defense Network comes out, and there's 2 cards left in his deck. So that comes in with 3 threat. And let me put that on here. All right, so back to Quicksilver. And Mockingbird will have her thwart for 1. Then remove off a Defense Network. I'm going to always be running. Use friction resistance to always be running. To ready him, he'll thwart for 1. To get that off, then I'll ready him again with his ability. And then thwart again to get rid of this, but it's not going to do me much good. Because this is, so I need 1 more thwart to keep this from going off. I'll just have Quake do it. So now it's going to be 7. It'll go up to 9 out of 10. But Quake's out of the game. And then I'll put in accelerated reflexes with energy, I think, just to give him some defense. He's got 6 health. I have 2 defense and a blocker. So I will just call that good, I think. Ready, and draw up to 5. Okay, start the main villain phase. It goes from 7 up to 9. So we got 9 out of 10. He's going to attack. The Mockingbird will take it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so another acceleration token goes on here. Mockingbird leaves the game. And then let me shuffle this up, and then we'll deal him as an encounter card. We'll actually have Avalanche attack in a second. Okay, so now Avalanche attacks, and Quicksilver has 2 defense now because I do have accelerated reflex in, so he'll defend for 2, and then I'll ready him back up. And the encounter card is Masters of Evil. So we don't have any Masters of Evils out, so that means I have to, let's see, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Masters of Evil menu and put it into play engage with you. So let me pick out one that I want. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in Melter. He has the least amount of hit points. And so he'll come into the game with 5. I'll shuffle this back out and back up and move to Quicksilver. All right, we are back to Quicksilver. I've reshuffled the deck after Melter came into play, and I'm going to put Agent Coulson in with the Power Justice for 2, Counter Intelligence for 3, and then after Agent Coulson enters play, search your deck or discard pile for a preparation card, which I'm going to use Counter Intelligence, put that back into his hand. He's going to come in and thwart for 2 on the main scheme to drop it down from 6 or from 9 down to 7. And then I'm going to use friction resistance to put in adrenaline rush. Okay. And that's going to, and that's a hero action. It's an upgrade. It's a hero, but as a hero action, I can discard it to give him +1 attack until the end of the phase. I'm going to do that now. So now he has 1, 2, 3 attack. So I'm going to attack Melter for 3, drop him down to 2. And then I'll use his ability to ready him, attack for 3 more to go ahead and remove Melter from the game. Still got Avalanche in, but I have enough defense to deal with his attacks if I need to. And then I'm going to use friction resistance to pay for clear the area to remove 2 threat from his scheme. If it was the last threat, I can draw a card, but it won't be. It's going to drop it down from 7 to 5. So let me switch that out for 5. So we're at 5 out of 10, but I'm going to be putting 3 on there at the start of the villain phase. And I think that's it. So I'm going to ready and draw to 5. Okay, start of the villain phase. We do put 3 on here. It's at 8 out of 10 now. He's going to attack, and I think I'm going to have Agent Coulson take this. It's 1, 2, 3, and give the villain a tough status card, of course. I haven't been able to hit him in a long time. Agent Coulson, let's see, he took 3, so he's done. Oh, this comes off. I'm going to defend with Quicksilver. I won't take damage. I'll ready him back. And then the encounter card is Exhaustion. Unbelievable. It gets exhausted. It surges into a weapons runner, and that surges into Sonic Solid Sound Body, which is attached to Klaw, and Klaw gains Retaliate 1. So, there we go. We got 2 minions in now, a ton of acceleration tokens. He's got Retaliate 1, and we'll see what we can do. We are back to Quicksilver, and he's exhausted. Okay, there's not much I can do here. I'm going to put Scarlet Witch in with 1 for friction resistance, 2 counter intelligence, and 3 with, I guess, double time. Hold on to these 2 cards. She'll come into play with 3. I'm going to have to flip this turn because he's only got 6 health. I don't want to lose Scarlet Witch so easily. This scheme's going to go off, but, you know, we still have one more side scheme, and I've got to do something. I've got to get under control so I can get these guys out of the way and start hitting Klaw. So she's going to threat for 1, or thwart for 1, 2, 3. That's good. Drops this down to 5. I will flip to his alter ego. I'm just going to stay there for now. Keep these 2 cards ready and draw to 6. All right, let's go ahead and move on. So 3 here is going to be 8 out of 10. He'll thwart for 2, 3, 4. So that is going to advance the scheme. So this under surveillance will leave the game. And we have to discard cards until we get a minion. And it is a guard. So he'll come in with tough, 3 hit points and tough. And then they all will scheme. Now the guard won't scheme, but these 2 will. So we'll put 2 threat on here. And these acceleration tokens stay. And if this is in advance, I'm probably going to lose. And it's not. It's, well, in alter ego, Klaw heals 4 damage. And if no damage is healed this way, this card gains surge. He can heal 4. He'll go back up to 14. And so I've hardly done anything to him. Got 3 minions out. But we are back to Quicksilver. All right, so we're back to Quicksilver. I am gonna discard 2 cards, Hyper Perception and Concussive Blow, and draw 3 cards. And unfortunately, the bad thing about that is it's gonna run out my deck. So I'm going to have to deal with 2 encounter cards. So let me reshuffle my deck. All right. I would like to heal, but I need his hero ability. So I'm going to flip him. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is use friction resistance to pay for clear the area. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat on that scheme, draw a card. So I'm going to use that to get to empty off this. I get to draw a card. Good. A double resource. Very nice. So I'm going to put in Daredevil with that energy and Power of Justice for 2 and 4. Daredevil will come into play with 3 hit points. And I'm going to use him to, I'll have him attack for 2 to get rid of this weapons runner. So he's gone. He won't be messing with us anymore. And then I will attack, remove this tough off the armored guard, and then ready Quicksilver using his ability. And then I'm going to put in maximum velocity with friction resistance for 1, counterintelligence for 2. And that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4 attack, and that's going to be enough to get rid of this, get rid of Avalanche finally, get him out of the game. And then I'll have Scarlet Witch attack the guard for 1 and hopefully get 2 resources. 1, nope, just 2. So it's going to drop him down to 1, so he's going to stay in the game. That's okay. And I still got this tough here, but I haven't hit Klaw, so I don't have to worry about this. He's got tough and solid sound body, but I haven't hit him yet, so I don't have to worry about it. But then I'm going to use Speed Cyclone with double time to spend double time and to stun Klaw. And that's going to be it. So we will ready and draw to 5. Okay, so starting the main villain phase, 3 out of 8 over here. On the main scheme, Klaw is stunned, so he won't attack. I'll have Quicksilver defend for the armored guard and pop him right back up so that I can use them for something else. And let's hope this isn't an advance. Well, I got 2 I got to deal with. The first one is Under Fire. So reveal the top card of the encounter deck, which is Earthquake. Insight 1 goes up to 4 out of 8. When revealed, discard 2 cards from your hand and exhaust your identity. You got to be kidding me. All right, discard 2 cards from my hand. Well, I need Nick Fury to get rid of this stupid thing, so I'm not going to do that. I guess I'll discard a counterintelligence and always be running. All right, let's see. It was just discard 2 cards from your hand and exhaust your identity. And now Under Fire will surge into the Masters of Evil. Why not? Bring some more guys in and more side schemes to deal with so I can't hit Klaw. Now I got to discard cards until I get a Masters of Evil. And he may get a 3rd acceleration token by the time this game is over. And there's one. It is Radioactive Man with 7. And this card is Weapons Runner. So we get another guy that comes in, and he's going to surge into the Immortal Klaw. Why not? Okay, good. So now he's going to be at 24 hit points. And now I have, not only do I have 2 acceleration tokens, but I have 2 side schemes out here that add acceleration. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's at 4. So if I don't do something about these side schemes and the threat, you know, who knows what can happen. I thought I was going to do a lot better than this, but I am really getting hammered here. I don't know what I could have done differently. I'm sure something. But it's not looking good. And we're back to Quicksilver, who is exhausted. This maximum velocity leaves the game. And I would like to get rid of solid sound body, but I can't afford to right now. I got to do some other stuff. So to start with, Daredevil's going to thwart for 2 on something. I guess the Masters of Evil side scheme, and we'll put his 1 damage to get rid of this guard. Okay, so now we only have 2 knuckleheads to deal with. We'll have Scarlet Witch, I guess. Thwart for 1 on the Immortal Claw. So 1, 2. So it drops down to 1. And she's out of the game. And then I'm going to put Nick Fury in with friction resistance for 1. Strength for 2, 3. Always be running for 4. He'll come in with 3 hit points. And I hate to do this one, but I'm going to use his 2 thwart to get rid of this side scheme. And then thwart for 2 to get rid of this side scheme. But this is going to go from 4 up to 7, and there's nothing else I can do. I won't lose unless an advance comes out, but we're going to ready. And, well, I don't think I'm going to lose unless an advance comes out. I can lose some other way, I'm sure. But I'm going to ready and draw to 5. All right, so start of the main phase. As I said, this is going to go up to 7 out of 8. Claw's going to attack. Nick Fury is going to take it for 1. There's an advance. 2, 3. So he's gone. And then Quicksilver will defend this attack and pop back up, but I have to discard a card at random from my hand because of Radioactive Man. Oh, by the way, Claw's at 14 hit points because the Immortal Claw left the game again. All right, so let me discard a card at random from my hand, and it's genius, a double resource that I could have used and could have been helpful, but it's gone now. I'll take the damage from the weapons runner down to 5, and the counter card is Whirlwind. So another guy to take care of. 3 dudes here. He's got 14 health on side 2, a million threat, a million acceleration tokens. It's not looking good at all. And we are back to Quicksilver. And I guess the first thing I'm going to do is, I don't know. I'll put in under surveillance in with friction resistance for 1 and the other one for 2 to give me some breathing room over here. Not like it's going to make any difference, I don't think. And, well, I need Daredevil to thwart, but I need him to attack too. All right, I'm going to have Daredevil attack for 2 to get to actually, I'm going to do Whirlwind down to 4. And that's going to remove him from the game. I'll just put Skilled Investigator in because I can. I'm going to attack for 2. Ready Quicksilver, attack for 2 more to get rid of Whirlwind over here. And then I think that's all I can do. So I'll ready Quicksilver and draw to 5. All right. Start of the villain phase. 3 more. We're at 3, 6, 9, 10 out of 12. He's going to attack. I'm going to have to defend this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So I'm down to 2. I think that's right. I'll ready. I'm going to have to defend again for Radioactive Man. I'm going to have to discard a card at random. It doesn't really matter. I'll just discard that one. Maximum Velocity. And then I have to take the damage down to 1 from Weapons Runner. Let's hope this is an advance to put me out of my misery. Nope, it's a defense network. I'm real close to just quitting and throwing in the towel, but I'm not going to quit. I'm going to go fight till the end. Fight till I lose or win. I'm not giving up, but it's not looking good. We're back to Quicksilver. And he cannot... Well, I do have an Always Be Running. I can ready him. All right, so I'm going to use Always Be Running to ready Quicksilver. Attack for 2 on Radioactive Man and drop into 5. Use his regular ability to ready. Attack for 2 more to drop him to 3. They're going to use Friction Resistance, Mockingbird, and Concussive Blow to hit him for 4, which will remove him from the game and take 2 threat off here. And that's all I can do. I probably played that wrong, but who cares? I don't think I had any chance to win. I think I played that wrong, but whatever. I'll draw to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the start of the villain phase, it's 9. It's 10. I put 3 more on, and it's going to go from 10 to 13. So here we go. It's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 12. So I lose. Well, there it is. A complete disastrous debacle of Expert Claw and Quicksilver Justice. I thought I was going to win that game. I thought it was going to be an easy win because I do think Quicksilver is a good character, but so far I've played 3. I mean, I've won several games with him, but of the 3 games that I've put on video, I've lost 2 and won 1. So it doesn't look like he's any good. And like I said, maybe I'm not playing him right, but I don't know. I just think I really got hit hard by how the cards came out in that game. 2 acceleration tokens pretty quick, but that's the game. I hope you enjoyed the game. I did not, but maybe you did. Maybe you enjoyed seeing me get my teeth kicked in. And if you did, please consider to like and subscribe, and be sure to hit that notification bell because I will have more Marvel Champions videos as well as other videos out here and in the near future. And until those videos come out, I'll save you a seat at the table. Bye.